And reporting on the fight tonight between Miguel Cotto and Michael Jennings and Roger Pavlik and Marco Antonio Rubio. Pretty disappointing night for me to watch these fights. I mean, that takes nothing away from the effort by Cotto and Pavlik. They both did outstanding jobs. But these fighters, they were fighting. I don't know where they came from, but they had no business being in the ring with these fighters. I mean, we paid $50 to see a fight, and neither one of these fights were competitive at all. I never heard of Jennings, and now I know why. Because the guy ain't that good of a fighter. And, you know, he went out there and gave an effort, but Cotto stalked him for the first 2 rounds, started landing punches in the third, and then destroyed him, annihilated him in the fourth, and put the stoppage in the fifth. The referee says, "I have seen enough, no more." And you know, Cotto did an outstanding job, but there's still unanswered questions about Cotto because he was not tested. I'm telling you, this was not anywhere near a test for Cotto. But you know, Cotto did what he was supposed to do with this fighter. He destroyed him. He annihilated him. So I guess there's some questions answered about Cotto. I mean, the skill level of this guy is just outstanding. And does he have heart? Yeah, he's got heart. You come back from a beating that he took against Margarito, and you come back and you do what he did to this guy Jennings tonight. I don't care how poor of a fighter he was. Hey, you got to give the guy credit. Now, I look forward. I really look forward to a rematch between Cotto and Mosley. These two guys, Mosley and Cotto, are outstanding skill level fighters, and I think we will have a tremendous fight on our hands. I want to see that one. The only other fight I want to see more is probably Pacquiao and Mayweather, but I think Cotto and Mosley, I know they fought before, I know Cotto won, but I think that fight would be an outstanding fight, and I look forward to it, and I hope it happens. Now, as promised, I said I was going to rate these fighters. I don't know how well this is going to rate because it's very difficult in some of these categories that I said I was going to rate. It's very difficult to rate the heart of a fighter when a fight goes 5 rounds. I mean, it's just, you can't tell what the man's made of on a 5-round fight. At least I don't think you can. But here we go. Cotto, fitness. I mean, I'm going to give the guy a 3. I'm sure he's in good shape, but he didn't have to move at all. He just went in and stalked his opponent. Jennings was bouncing around like a little bunny rabbit, and he looked like he was in good shape. Cotto didn't have to move. He just moved in. He wasn't dancing. He wasn't doing anything. He reminded me of the way Margarito stalked him in that fight. Just kept coming forward, just kept pressing the action, and eventually Jennings had to come in, and when he did, oh, he paid the price. Okay, so fitness for Cotto, 3. If it had lasted longer, I think he would have been in great shape. He looked, as far as shape, he looked to be in good shape, but it was untested, so he gets a 3. Strategy, I mean, the strategy was great. He just stalked his opponent. He knew he was stronger than that guy. No reason to dance around. Just pressure him and take him to school, and that's what he did. 4, the execution, the strategy, I mean, this Cotto, he took what his trainer gave him, and he executed it outstanding. I give him a 4 there. Skills, I give him a 5. I said I wasn't going to give him any 5s, but I give Cotto a 5 on skill level. He was, man, the great defense. I liked what I saw out of his defense, and he was dodging, and he was tight. He could have fought a good fight against a good opponent tonight. I thought he was really prepared, and his skill levels were outstanding. Jennings, I mean, bless his heart, he tried. I mean, I hate to knock a fighter. I don't think he did a bad job. His fitness level, I think his fitness level was good. He's just not in their league. It's like he's a AA fighting against a major leaguer or playing ball against a major leaguer. He's just not in his league. Nothing against you, man, but you are not in the big leagues. And fitness, I gave you a 3. I think you're in great shape. You could have bounced around probably for 12 rounds if you could have avoided getting hit. But still, it wasn't tested, so I'll give you a 3. Strategy, I don't think your strategy is that bad. I gave you a 3 on that. But if you got strategy, and if you execute that strategy, I think he did everything he was told to do. It wasn't a bad strategy, but if you don't have the skills to match up with a fighter like Cotto, then you ain't going to win nothing. I gave him a 3 on that. Skills, I gave him a 2. I don't see him getting any better. I don't see him being a force. You know, some fighters you can see and you say, hey, he lost the fight, but maybe he can go back and learn something and come back and get back in the mix. I don't see it. I didn't see it from this guy. I don't think he will ever be a force in the division. Gave him a 2 there. Hart, I mean, he didn't quit. The referee put the stop to it, so I gave him a 3. And overall, he gets a 14, and Cotto gets a 20. I think these scores are stupid, but I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'll probably do something different next time. But anyway, let's move on to Pavlik and Marco Antonio Rubio. Oh my goodness, man, that was just a ass whooping. Rubio, I mean, he stood in there, but it was like he was a damn punching bag. He wasn't throwing hardly any punches at all. Pavlik was beating the ever-living hell out of him. And the one thing I will give Rubio is he stood in there and he took all kinds of punishment. Finally, is the 10th round, I believe, he just says, no more, I'm not coming out. And, you know, that's the right thing. I mean, I'm going to rate him down. I gave him a 2 on Hart for that. But, I mean, he did the right thing. He was just getting, he was going to get hurt. Or he was just getting punished, and the guy was defeated. He didn't come out, so man, it was just a beating, and it's kind of disappointing. You know, you do a pay-per-view and you want to get an exciting fight. Hey, next time this fight needs to be on regular TV. Hell, it doesn't even need to be on HBO. It needs to be on ABC or something. Pay $50 for something like that. It's ridiculous. I mean, if you're a Pavlik fan, you watch him beat the hell out of somebody. I'm sure you enjoyed that. I don't know. I like a competitive fight. But Rubio was just a punching bag tonight. Fitness, I gave Rubio 4 because he just, I mean, he was in good shape. I think he ran up in Mexico up in the hills or something. I mean, the guy was in good shape. He lasted the rounds. He could have kept going, but he's just getting the hell beat out of him. Everything else, I gave him 2s. Strategy, he just stood up and fought Pavlik and walked right into him. I mean, just let Pavlik do whatever he wanted to. He didn't try and move. He didn't try and, you know, make Pavlik work. He just stood toe-to-toe with Pavlik, and Pavlik just beat the ever-living crap out of him. So, strategy, 2. Execution, 2. And skill level, man, the guy, even when he was punching, he was off balance. He landed a few blows there, but I think Pavlik just, I mean, he knew the guy couldn't hurt him. He just stood in there and he exchanged a few punches with the guy, but the guy couldn't hurt him. He wasn't punching with any authority, any power. You know, poor performance on his part. Hard to give him a 2 because he didn't answer the bell, but I don't blame the guy, to be honest. He's getting the hell beat out of him. Pavlik, I gave him a 4 on fitness. I mean, he lasted in the rounds. He was strong the whole way. You know, you look at that guy's physique and you don't see a lot of musculature. He's very lean. You know that guy ain't taking any steroids because he don't have these bulky muscles. But he just, man, he can deliver the haymaker. He was punching this Rubio very hard and doing a good job. I gave him a 4 on strategy, execution, skills, and heart. I mean, he came in there, he got beat his previous fight, and he came back and took care of business. But still, you know, not a very entertaining fight. But these guys, it's not Pavlik's fault, not Cotto's fault. They did their job. They executed their strategy, and they put a pounding on the guys they faced. I just wish they could face better opponents, and I look forward to see them in other fights, more competitive fights. For now, this is Rousey with your boxing report for the evening, and I am out.